I'd like you all to pay very close attention to the gameplay you are about to see. I could post this gameplay without the commentary, and I think there would still be a lot you could take away from it and pick up in terms of hardpoint strategy, rushing strategy. If you want to know how to defend a hardpoint, attack a hardpoint, it's all here. I don't always bring the heat and fuck shit up in hardpoint, but when I do, I bring 1100 points per minute, 80 kills, 28 defends, dropping motherfuckers like rocks in a pond. I play to win. Like, duh, right? Doesn't everybody? No, they fucking don't. That much will be made obvious to you throughout this match. I'm a warrior, fending off the forces of evil in a valiant struggle to secure my destiny among the stars. Holding the line against an armada, a horde of opposition that wants to cut me, break me, feast on me and my spirits, the souls of my children. I am unbreakable. I do not know fear, I am fear. I am the Ripper, Slasher, Feeder in the night. I am the night, the dark night. I am Batman. I will feast on your entrails as my ancestors did before me. My allies are buffalo. Foolish fucking animals grazing in the grass, lazily feasting on the ground they walk. They shit that grass out and they eat it again. And they regurgitate it and feed it to one another like, ooh, that's lovely. They are small children born into ignorance by other ignorant motherfuckers who roam with exalted ones against the forces of evil, unprepared, ill-equipped, and fundamentally and categorically outmatched by the forces of evil who wish to claim this town of Nuke for their own, so that they might take the West by force. You can take these homes, you can take the entire town, it's gonna be nuked anyways, you fucktards. You can massacre my buffalo, I care not for them, they are a drain on the modern economy, a waste of life and air and time. You can take the victory, another meaningless number that you will forget about. But you cannot take me. You cannot take the fear from your heart, now it rests there eternally. And I am immortal 6 times over because of it. I am the master. You cannot take the 1100 SPM. You will remember, and you cannot change that. You will remember this victory and bitterness. You will remember the pain. You will remember your extreme discomfort as I opened the cockles of your heart and placed within the fear of a millennia, the fear of bats feasting on your charred remains, the aggression, the speed, the hunter-killers cracking you like eggs from the sky. I may be beaten, but my opponents never win. When I have a game like this, and it makes me want to cut off my hands and throw them in the river, to puncture my wall with my fists, assuming I still have hands, or my controller. I'll get on Halo for a little while and jump in a Warthog and convince my teammates to get in, and then I'll drive them off a fucking cliff, because it really helps me blow off some steam. I'm just kidding. Kinda. You can also get on Battlefield, get like 6 people into your helicopter and then crash it into the ocean. Now obviously, that's a fucking evil thing to do. But you know what I've learned about games? Nobody gives a fuck about you. The honor system only works if most people follow it, and most people fucking don't. It's like DayZ when strangers run into each other, their first instinct is to shoot each other, no questions asked. In Halo, people run you over because they want your gun. In Search and Destroy and Call of Duty, if you run by an explosive barrel, your teammates will fucking shoot it to kill you. In Transit, people will lock you out of the bus or fucking teabag you when you're downed and let you bleed out and die. People are just worthless pieces of trash on video games. If you don't know them, be evil, because most likely they will be evil to you. That is my greatest advice ever. The people on your team aren't your friends or your allies, they're just people you can't shoot. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You want to rise above, go ahead, but you're going to get nothing but frustration. Video games have taken such an emotional toll on me, man. The people in them have made me so angry, because they're just fucking jerks. Who like to fuck shit up just to piss people off. You know, my butler mentions that some people just want to watch the world burn. In video games, everyone wants to watch each other burn. And you have 2 choices. You can get your shit fucked up, or you can fuck shit up. There is no in-between, and don't feel guilty about it. Now, this match is a good example of why win-loss means absolutely nothing. And that's something I've ranted about before, and I'm going to rant about right now, too, just because of the nature of this match that you're watching, this gameplay. If you couldn't tell by the tone of this commentary so far, we do end up losing here, which is incredibly frustrating to me because this is the best game of Hardpoint I have ever played. It's probably one of the best matches of Hardpoint on YouTube. Not to sound arrogant, not to sound cocky. I'm not saying that I'm, the most phenomenal player, but this was, an excellent match. This was just, you know, exciting to play, exciting to watch, and just that much more depressing that we lost. And, you know, I know some people hate when other people talk about stats. They think anyone that even cares about stats is a giant douchebag, pompous cunt type of guy. Well, call me a pompous cunt because I do play for stats. Not in the sense that I go into a match and I get hopelessly frustrated, you know, if I'm not getting 2 kills per death, but I try to play the game as best I can. Like, that's what's fun for me, is doing well. I like to do my best to do better than my best. And what I like about stats is it lets me set goals for myself, and the goals help me, you know, help push me to do better in the game. And ultimately, I do feel that stats reflect your skill in the game, with exceptions. The first and most obvious exception being win-loss. I don't think win-loss reflects anything except maybe a desire to have a high win-loss. Your win-loss ratio can be so easily manipulated. You know, you can run with a full party and refuse to play the game with anything less than a full party, and you'll have a high win-loss even though, you know, you have an average KD and a mediocre score per minute. Score per minute's the most important stat, because if you're scoring points, you're doing something that helps the team. Like, someone could be that sniper on your team that goes like 11-9 and scores, you know, 2,000 points in a 10-minute dom match. That's 200 score per minute. But because they have a party, they still win. And they do that 100 times, they have a 3.0 win-loss, even though, you know, they're just your run-of-the-mill sniper with like a 250 score per minute, you know, barely positive KD. Not that, you know, I'm not trying to bag on anyone. I'm just saying that the KD and the score per minute reflect skill a lot more than win-loss. And I guess what frustrates me about it is people act like win-loss is the most important stat, under the argument that, you know, if you lost the game, what else matters? And obviously, there's some truth to that, but the stat itself is rarely legitimate. If it's high, you could have just been demo spawn trapping with a full party. If you play by yourself a lot, it's going to be negative, largely because, you know, you get put in so many games late where you're already down 100 points, or you have games like the one I'm playing right here, where I tried so hard to win, and it's like nothing I do. Not the permanent UAVs, not the permanent counter. I had permanent UAV, permanent counter UAV up this whole match. There was not 1 second in this match I did not have a UAV or a counter UAV up. Alright? Not to mention, you know, 12 captures, 28 defends, 80 kills. Nothing I do can get the win in this match. It's just like impossible, no matter how well I play. And so how can the win, how can the victory be a reflection of skill? Ultimately, one player rarely has full control over the outcome of a match, even if they play really, really well, like I did here. And you put that on top of the fact that there are so many illegitimate ways to take losses, such as dashboarders and joining games late. The stat should really be known for how hollow and meaningless it is. And so the next time you see some dumb fucker talking about his win-loss in the lobby, even though he has like a 300 score per minute, you remind him that he's living a lie and he needs to go jump off a bridge. I love all of you. This is Batman, signing out.